I would rather spray tan my butthole than get it waxed.
Smoking pot, riding a horse. It sounds fun.
It sounds fine. It sounds scary as heck to me, but yeah, it could be fun. Saddle or not, I've never been on a horse. I only ride horses side saddle anyways. M. Night. Knock it off.
That's going to be a shit.
You stop it right now. You stop it.
You stop.
You go to your room, M. Night Shyamalan. You go to your
Think
room.
about what you've done.
That's a bad M. Night. That's a bad M. Night.
Hello and welcome to episode 351 of the Nation of Conversation. I'm your host, Ryan. I'm here with Bill Cashin, baby. I can start doing that again, right? Because Adam Cole is going to have that song again. Can I bring your song back? Because he's going to go back to New Japan. That Adam Cole, baby. I suppose I had that for a few years back.
I sure do.
I could probably. I got to get the old computer fired up and see if I can dig that out. Mm-hmm. And I'm also here with Wally Foley.
Yep.
Sweaty Palm Foley tonight.
Sweaty Palm Foley?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of your team. Your team's on. The Cowboys.
Yeah.
Also because your hands are always clammy.
Yeah, you have gross hands.
Thanks. I do hate being a Cowboys fan, though.
I mean, every week.
They make it hard. They make it very hard to be a Cowboys fan.
Before we do the show, we do hold hands.
Say a prayer.
Say a prayer. Please, Lord, let this be a good show tonight. God, why are your hands so funny? He never does answer our prayers. There's always something. All right.
All right.
Extreme Rules, or one Extreme Rule, and a lot of none, was last night.
Did you watch any of this?
I saw the clips of the Demon being murdered.
Okay.
I saw him basically no-sell something at one point.
So there was one part where he was speared through the barricade, as in every Roman Reigns match, you have to be speared through the barricade.
Yep. Of course.
And then the red light came back. You know, the demon red light that they used to use?
Nope.
Sure.
But okay.
When he would have his matches, he'd wrestle in that shitty red light.
I thought that was Bray Wyatt.
Yeah. Oh, not the Demon, the Fiend. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You know, on the Fiend, they had that stupid light.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, that makes more sense.
They brought that back. And then his heart-pumping music started, and he started convulsing. This is Finn Balor I'm talking about. Started convulsing, and then, like, having, like, a Hulk Hogan hulking up moment because he was revived by his heartbeat music. And
so they ruined the Demon.
So that happened.
He still didn't win the match.
No, he lost the match because he goes up top.
Christ.
Ready? Wait for it. He goes up top onto the top rope to give his coup de grace to Roman. And the top rope falls off. Just the top rope falls off out of nowhere. He falls down, looking like a Dumbo.
Yeah.
Then he gets speared and loses. That's how he lost. So the Demon lost.
Why did the top rope fall? Just
some people think it was. Most people think it was planned.
Of course, it was gimmick.
Yeah. It was a gimmick top rope. Okay. I believe this to be true. It was a gimmicked top rope.
That makes the most sense. Yes.
Allowing him to get beat, but also hopefully saving his whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. No.
It made him look like a Dumbo. Just have him lose the damn match. Like
the other thing I saw from this night was just, I think it was about Alexa Bliss. Meltzer said something like, "Well, at least it was creative." Maybe it was the final match. Something was creative, and then everyone on Twitter is going, "Yeah, but creative doesn't mean good."
Yeah. No. Creative does not mean good. Sometimes it's just pro wrestling. You just have somebody lose. Obviously, the Demon was never going to win, right?
But then why have his music and all the gimmicky stuff?
To try to bolster him up, I guess, for another day.
But then he lost.
I don't know. So, really dumb finish.
Yep.
Yeah.
Apparently, decent night of wrestling ruined by Dumbo finishes. And that got me thinking about our first topic here. Is that seems like ever since they lost like their finishing people, like the coaches or what, I don't know what you call them, producers, the really good producers who knew how to do finishes, like Pat Patterson. They have never replaced Pat Patterson as like unique finish producer who can be like, this is what we should do because that's dumb. What you're proposing is stupid. This is how we can do it better. They've never replaced that guy, from what I can see.
That's a big problem.
I assume that they just have actual writers, like writing horror movie finishes here.
Yeah, I guess. It's just Vince's idea of finishes, but when WWE was at its best, WWF was at its best, they had Pat Patterson, who was literally called the finish guy, you would go to, and he would come up with unique, interesting ways to keep you invested for the next match kind of finishes. And they have not done... They've ruined pay-per-views like this one. Everyone's talking about this top rope shit.
Yeah.
They're not talking about the great match that the Usos had or the 6-man that the New Day had at the beginning. They're not talking about any of that, which seemed to be positive. They're talking about the stupid ending, which keeps happening.
Are there writers actually like wrestling guys, or are they just like people who are writers?
Both, I think. They have,
Okay.
Or they have writers who are writers,
The writers
not wrestling at all.
Are not
Okay.
wrestling
And then
people,
they
from
have
what it seems like.
agents and bookers who are wrestling people.
Okay.
Who gets final say? Who knows? Vince. But,
Yeah.
Right.
In this scenario, in a best case scenario
Yeah.
for the company, man, Roman ended up winning because he's good, but Finn Balor should have won if the rope didn't break. So the best case scenario is their equipment is garbage and just fell apart in the major part of their match.
So
And it makes Roman look a little weaker. Then?
the one weird thing is Roman like pointed to the sky as if like thanking the big man for
Thanking God that he
thanking
broke the
God
rope.
that God broke the rope. That seems to be another
That's
thing going around. I don't know
silly.
if that's supposed to be what you're thinking.
I think it's supposed to... Oh, it wasn't like after the match, like he was just...
No, he like
Like, it
fell,
was
and
actually-
Roman was like, "Yep, thank you."
Oh.
Like in the moment, pointed to the sky.
Huh. Was Sting up there in the rafters?
I
maybe?
don't think Sting. Is that Sting up there? He shouldn't be here.
Huh.
Very bizarre. Now, this is not the first time God has entered into the WWE ring, right? Because didn't Vince McMahon lose to God the one time, or he
Something
wrestled
like
God?
What?
He
Something
definitely
like that.
he challenged God to a match. I remember that.
certainly has happened, yeah.
He challenged God to a match because he was feuding with Shawn Michaels, who was now like a Jesus dude. Born again. What is Shawn Michaels? Is he born again?
Born again, I believe, yeah.
Okay, so because he was born again, Vince was feuding with God as well. And then didn't there wasn't like
So it's
that's when Shawn was like coming out in all white and stuff
Yeah.
too.
a quick Google search says it's from Backlash 2006.
Yeah.
And this is what it said. The 6th match was Vince and Shane McMahon versus Shawn Michaels and God in a
Right.
no-holds-barred match.
Yes.
As soon as the McMahons made their way to the ring, Vince informed the referee to, quote-unquote, check God for any hidden objects,
Yes.
as God was being portrayed by the stage spotlight.
Right. This is a thing that happened.
Yep.
And maybe is happening again. I don't know. Because he's a demon. God didn't like the demon. This could be... It could be anything.
It also could be you never
God.
hear about it again.
God, I hope
More than likely, you'll never hear about it
I really
again,
hope we
but-
never hear about it again.
Yeah. So that happened on Extreme Rules. How do we end up finishing with picks? We don't need to go match for match. Just give us the scores.
I did very bad. I only picked 2 correctly.
Oh.
Oh.
Ryan, thanks to a lone wolf of the Usos, you got 3.
Okay.
That's
still not good, technically.
Thanks to a pair of lone wolves,
Yes.
well, you got 6 out of 6.
Oh, boy.
Pair of lone wolves.
Pair-
He had
lone-
both Damian Priest, because somebody that Wally looks up to,
Uh-huh.
Don't know who he is.
and Liv Morgan he also had.
I took Liv Morgan?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know who she is.
Wow.
Well, she was fighting Carmella, so I think
That's
you just picked one.
That's probably why.
Wow.
So, and then the Ghost
He
did not choose.
He abstained.
Good.
So this puts Wally in a
Yeah.
commanding 4-point lead right now.
Yeah.
Ryan, you pulled into a tie for second.
Oh, it was down?
You were
Okay.
down a point, and now we're tied.
Okay.
Told you I was going to win this
So it
year.
was
Yes, well, that's as we've talked about. You
Liv-
are the wrestling fan of the
Liv
show.
Morgan defeated Carmella. New Day defeated Styles,
Which we
Lashley,
didn't pick
and
that one.
Omos. Because it wasn't booked. Usos defeated Street Profits. Charlotte defeated Alexa and ripped up the stupid doll. Damian Priest defeated Hardy and Sheamus in a triple threat. Becky Lynch interfered. Sasha interfered in Becky and Bianca, so that'll probably be a triple threat. And Roman defeated the Demon.
Also, why did Damian Priest and Sheamus get Jeff Hardy added to it? Just because?
They needed something for Jeff to do, I'm
Okay.
guessing. I don't know.
Now, is that the
I
end
thought
of...
Jeff was just
Jeff was feuding with
walking out.
was feuding with Sheamus for a while, so maybe that's why they threw him in there.
Oh.
I don't know.
Is Alexa Bliss going to go back to regular not?
No, I presume she is off TV for a while, maybe.
Maybe
She
she
goes and
comes
gets
back.
married to Ryan Cabrera or something like that. She's dating Ryan Cabrera, the guy with the poofy hair who used to sing the song on TRL.
Nope. Never mind. Sorry, I thought he was a baseball player.
No. No, I think it's Ryan Cabrera, right? Isn't he the singer?
That's
You're
the
the
end
one
of
who's
it.
going to know.
I
He's
just
the
lost.
singer.
No, that's not CD Lamb.
That's the other guy.
Oh,
I honestly don't know who that is. But it's not.
It's the other guy, 85. It's not CD Lamb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're watching that game. Anyway, not great. A decent
Honestly,
pay-per-view
didn't
ruined.
know that it was on until I saw like a tweet about it.
A decent pay-per-view ruined by a bad ending, which is a lot of what's going on here. People working hard. I mean, these dudes are working hard. These ladies are working hard. They're just not
They're
doing them any favors.
They're getting let down by a creative.
Yep. On Wednesday, Daniel Bryan had his first AEW match at the big AEW Dynamite Grand Slam event and received his first 5-star match. Shocked the hell out of
Really?
me.
That's his
Who?
first?
His first ever 5-star match from Meltzer, Daniel Bryan, a.k.a. Bryan Danielson.
Because
Had never received
He
a-
never had a good match in WWE, Dave.
I found that very shocking because
But Dave does play favorites. You do know that, right?
he doesn't like the WWE style of wrestling, so he never gives it 5 stars.
That's because it's bad.
It is. But Daniel Bryan has had many a good match.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is surprising that no American Dragon match, like pre-WWE, received a 5-star. That's surprising to me, right? He did some great stuff in Ring of Honor. I'm shocked that nothing in PWG. There had to have been something. Meltzer's given 5 stars to those companies millions of times. So
Yep.
that shocked me. But this match was very well done because these two guys are very fucking good.
Yeah.
Not a surprise. Like, even Jim Cornette said it was a good match.
I saw that AEW had said like the wrestler of this week is both Kenny Omega and Daniel Bryan. And Kenny Omega replied to the tweet and was like, he didn't even win.
Yeah. It was a draw. Time limit draw. Which I
Oh, is
enjoyed
that what it was?
Time
Yeah.
limit draw. I love a good time limit draw. Oh, Tony. I thought Tony was going to break that one for me. Anyway, 5-star match. Good. Very fun show. Hot-ass crowd. First time AEW was in New York. This upcoming week, they're in Rochester. So
Ooh,
the
fun.
rumor is that Bray Wyatt will show up
In
in
Rochester.
Rochester and do maybe take over Dark Order or something. So we'll see. I'm not a Bray Wyatt fan. Been on this show a bunch of times saying I'm not a fan of this dude. I believe he is
Personality? Like as a person or just like, obviously we don't like his character.
it's just character-wise, he's got his own flaw. He's got his personality flaws, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had that whole controversy with what's her name? JoJo.
With
the-
JoJo and
yeah.
his wife or whatever.
Yeah, he had that whole thing, which was not great, but I don't know the facts of that, so I can't really say yay or nay on his actual character. But
he's a good wrestler. He doesn't do spectacular things.
Right. I've never liked
his old character work was very good.
Okay. Yes, you're right. I did like the original Wyatt family. The OG Wyatt family was
right
much more entertaining to me than the everything that came after. Every time they repackaged it and he had a stupid gimmick match like the worms on the canvas.
That was awful.
The fucking haunted house and all that shit.
The horror mask and the Fiend.
Yeah,
I didn't love, but I could see where that would be big for some people. And like,
sure,
people did seem to really enjoy the Firefly Funhouse stuff at first.
Yeah, I think that's all very creative, and I get why people like it. I personally not into any of it.
I have to imagine though this would be a hard restart though.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Not that he wouldn't still be weird or whatever, but I feel like this would be a whole new thing.
If he's coming in, he can't be. I would hope that he's not supernatural. Just be a
VK Wall Street Jr.
Oh, well, that's always available. That gimmick's always available to you. So that's the theory. He's going to come in on Wednesday and do something with Dark Order. So that's the week's top news stories. Bill, it's time for a segment to be named later. And then I got a special thing for you after that.
I just looked at this. It's
Yes.
ridiculous.
I scrolled down earlier and I was like, oh my God. So this is probably the last time I do this because it's so infuriating, but I decided to take another look into Hulk Hogan and the things he said.
Dear Lord.
Oh, you're doing this again. Okay.
Yeah. I
like
looked into a couple more.
Hulk Hogan's lies.
As you know,
yes,
he was very nearly the star of Metallica playing bass. Lars Ulrich personally asked him to join Metallica.
Oh, boy.
Until Howard Stern asked Lars Ulrich about it.
Mm.
And he was polite, but basically said, well, you know, I got a pretty good memory, and I've never met Hulk Hogan.
Oh.
So not only did he never ask him, he's like, I don't know, maybe under his Christian name? And I guess after that interview, he's like, well, I sent like a tape in or something, Hogan said.
Oh, he backtracked.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He also, as you know, was offered to lead in The Wrestler.
Right. He
turned it down.
Right.
And then director Darren Aronofsky?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. He tweeted straight up on Twitter, for the record, the role of The Wrestler was always Mickey Rourke. It was never Hulk Hogan's, as his claim on Howard Stern. So he just straight up like heard the interview. He's like, no, that's not true.
Nope.
But in looking this up, I also discovered there were a couple other roles that Hogan turned down that would have changed some movies that we've watched.
That he definitely, for fact, turned down?
So he says.
Oh, so he says. Okay, so they're more lies.
Did you know
More lies.
he was offered the lead in The Highlander?
Oh, yeah. I could
Of course.
see that,
Of
though.
course.
I could see that a little
So it would
bit.
have been him and
But
Sean Connery?
if it wasn't...
hanging out.
That guy was so bad. I mean, I like the Highlander for what it is, but
was
that
that guy?
the main guy who was like German, but he was supposed to be Scottish, like he was not very good, was
That's
he?
right. Then you had a Scottish guy who was supposed to be Mexican
Yes.
or Spanish
he
or
was
whatever.
a Spaniard.
Yeah.
The movie's set in Scotland. You have the greatest Scottish actor of all time, and you make him a Spaniard. It's so
No.
bizarre.
Don't lose the accent. You're fine with that.
Keep that. You're going to be from Spain.
Christopher Lambert was the
Yeah,
main guy. I guess?
not a very
Could have been
good
Terry
actor.
Boy.
Pretty bad actor. So I believe, and they did have wrestling in that movie.
They did. They started.
very
They
beginning,
did.
they
They
started
literally
with a
have,
Freebirds match.
They
it's
did,
literally a
yeah.
wrestling match at the beginning.
Or
So
was it Rock and Roll Express?
Freebirds, I think.
it
Maybe
was
both.
definitely Freebirds. Might have been Rock and Roll too.
The other one was he was offered the role of Little John in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh God.
I could.
You
they
pay
do
those
look,
roles.
They do look. Oh yes, they do look exactly
Did you
alike.
see that out of the reflection in a
In the
picture?
in the Transformers, I watched that more
He's
than
watching the Cowboys game via reflection in a picture.
so that my face is still pointed towards the mic,
Oh,
so you can hear me.
I like it.
But yes, they.
Should
I mean,
put a mirror over there.
what's Little John definitely looked a lot like.
Another one I
yeah.
could see. I probably wouldn't dismiss that one super fast.
Yeah.
The whole Mickey Rourke thing. No fucking
No.
way.
Yeah.
No fucking way. Darren Aronofsky would ever have allowed that to happen. Come on.
Missed the extra point. Missed the extra.
Well, he actually turned it down though because he knew it was a good script.
He
And
missed it.
If he was in it,
He did miss the
Wait,
extra.
what?
Yes, he did. He missed the extra
That
point.
looked like it went straight through.
It did not.
did
It
not.
turned at the very end. He missed it.
He kicked the curveball.
All right. That's fine. That's good. That helps me in fantasy.
The ghost loves when we narrate what's going on the TV that
Yep.
no one can see. So
Oh.
he's gonna love this.
Who cares about the ghost?
All right. Any other Hogan lies we got?
Yeah, one other one I did.
All right.
Elvis Presley, huge fan of Hulk Hogan.
Oh, right. Yes.
So I
of
did
course.
check this timeline.
Okay.
Elvis passed away August the 16th, 1977.
Okay.
Guess what happened on August 10th, 1977?
I don't know.
A young Hogan made his in-ring debut.
Like
He had his first ever anywhere match
ever match.
6 days earlier. It was in
Oh,
Florida.
okay.
It was not in Memphis.
Wow.
He had his first professional match for CWF less than a week before Presley passed away.
Wow.
He did go to Memphis a year later in like the end of 78. But
Right.
yes, his in-ring debut was 6 days before Elvis passed away. So he
Jesus
must have
Christ.
seen every match for those 6 days then.
So yeah, perhaps, just maybe a lie.
Maybe.
Allegedly.
Maybe most definitely a lot.
But that was also about the time I decided I'm done with that.
Okay, so that's all the segments. Well,
That's
I got
all the segments.
I got a new project for you.
Oh, yeah?
It is calculating Scott Steiner math.
So the
This is-
Samoa Joe he references here, is that
Is
Samoa Joe?
the same one.
Okay.
It's the one and the same. This is from Cage Side Seats fan post that they highlighted. Calculating Scott Steiner math. Scott Steiner's, I'm reading from this guy or
go to
lady,
it.
Zebra Inatux.
Put the like cursor over it, not the actual mouse cursor, but like
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay, so Zebra Inatux, whoever that is, wrote this, so not me. Scott Steiner's math promo is one of the most legendary batshit insane promos this side of the Ultimate Warrior loading up a spaceship with rocket fuel. It's become one of the great memes of our industry. For the last week, I've thought of nothing more than actually calculating this logic involved in getting a 141 and 2/3% chance of winning a triple threat match. So, because I'm me and therefore an idiot with way more time on my hands than I know what to do with, I took my B+ college algebra and A- advanced statistics and did my calculations. Now, I will have you review this for a segment to be named later next week, I guess.
Okay.
And you can make this your segment. And let us know if you think this Zebra in a Tux is accurate at all.
Okay.
So this
Or-
match was Scott Steiner,
It was
Kurt Angle,
and
and
Book-
Samoa Joe.
Yes, right?
Okay.
Yes. Yes. And this, have you seen this promo before? I'm sure we've
No.
played it many times.
I have seen this, certainly.
Yes. It's very silly. Scott Steiner doing math, saying, 33 and a 3% chance of winning this match, but
When was this from? Like how long?
TNA
ago?
in like 2009, maybe, or
I
8?
keep forgetting that Samoa Joe's actually quite old.
He's been around forever.
141 and 2/3% chance of winning.
You want me to? You should just read this part. You know they say all men are created equal, but you look at me, you look at Samoa Joe, and you can see the statement is not true. Normally you go on one-on-one, you get a 50-50 chance of winning, but I'm a genetic freak, and it's not normal.
Oh my god.
Then we do some math.
Yeah.
Already I see holes in this, though.
You see
Yeah.
holes in this math?
Yeah.
Because so
In Steiner's math or this person's math?
In this person's math.
oh
Or actually both of them.
no, it's got to be Steiner's.
But the way he's explaining Steiner's math doesn't
Okay.
check out. Because we start with, he's got a 75% chance at the beginning when he says, this guy's got no better.
yeah.
At the end of the second one, he says he's got a 66 and 2/3% chance. He's lowered it, even though he says Angle can't beat me.
Yeah.
So if Angle has a 0% chance, right there, it should stay at 75.
Yes.
Hmm.
But you also have to look at it. Angle has a chance to beat Samoa Joe,
I suppose.
which that might take the
Oh.
percent.
but that's not the way that he
That's not
describes the math.
correct.
So,
Zebra in a tux.
so
Which
this,
also
Alright.
great freaking name.
Yeah. This is a fan post, not a cage size seat. Editor, staff writer, or whatever the fuck. But very funny. We will go full on Steiner math next week when you have a chance to look this over, I guess. Give yourself a little. I don't want to put you on the spot, so.
Yeah, there's a lot to
there is a lot
there,
to unpack
both
in there.
in the original math and in the zebra tux.
If you want to
math,
you could totally punt the zebra into tux and just do the Steiner math if you want. I feel like you've done that before, though, haven't you?
I don't.
Or have you just read the promo? I can't remember now.
I've done the math on Frank Dukes.
Yes.
The best math problem of all time,
Yeah.
Frank.
No, way higher than quintillion.
He has it written
it's
down.
fine. It's fine. It's
Let me
fine.
see if I can just see what the first one.
He has it written
72 quadrillion plus.
Quadrillion.
That's how many people must have been in that tournament.
in Bloodsport. In order to make the Bloodsport facts at the end of the movie real,
Yeah.
he would have had to face. Oh my god! Or he would have been in a tournament with 72 quadrillion opponents.
Yeah.
You should do the math of if it was 1 minute per match. How long? Like how many months would that take?
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
years, but I'll have to figure it out.
Years. All right, new weekly segment that's not new. How much is this shit going for on eBay? Wally currently
Commanding
are you
lead there
are you
too.
9-5-1?
No, I'm 8-5-1.
You're 8-5-1.
I'm
You sure?
actually.
Because he was 8-4-1 last week, and then he
It
Bill
should
got
be
one.
8 and
Yeah.
6.
Bill got
but
one back.
Mike, for some reason, you count Mike. And
All right, so this week
what a shirt!
on the show.
That is
Bidding starts at $300.
This week on the show, we have a Jeff Jarrett Double J WWF style shirt where he has the stupid hat with the giant glowing J's on his head.
I like how it looks like the hats are like diamond on the shirt, but like it's not actually diamonds on the shirt.
It's not actually diamonds on the shirt. All right, so every time we do this, we need some sort of description, right?
Yeah.
Or specifics.
Yep.
Okay, ready for this? Here you go. Oh, wait, hold on.
You'd think you'd be
This-
prepared for this part.
I am prepared. There was just another condition that was listed here that was confusing me. All right, this is how it's listed. WWF, AOP, Jeff Jarrett shirt, XL, Double J, Attitude Era, WCW, TNA, Deborah.
Deborah?
That's
That's the whole
the
description.
description.
Deborah.
There's Deborah in there. Deborah.
All right.
All right,
Not
so
as flowery as I would like, but
No.
now, okay, there.
Does it say if it's used or if it's
it is
new?
used.
It is used.
It
does
is
it
used.
say anything about shipping? Or if you need to confirm ahead of time if you're going to actually buy it?
No shipping.
That was such a good post.
No shipping. No shipping.
So I have to go.
The guy was
first.
great.
Oh Jesus.
No shipping. The back has a giant. I did not show you the back, but it's got a giant WWF and a picture of him playing guitar. But it still has the greatest Jeff Jarrett written all over it. It's all in red. This is actually a sweet ass shirt. I would wear this shirt for fuck.
No.
Now.
No.
I would totally wear this shirt
Oh,
somewhere.
God.
I don't know where. Okay.
The life of being married already. You don't have
I'm
to.
locked in. I can wear a Jeff Jarrett
Exactly.
shirt anywhere I want.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. I can wear a Jeff Jarrett shirt. Okay.
What was this thing? Ain't I great? Is that what I'm trying to read
Ain't I
here?
great? Ain't I great?
Oh boy.
Okay, so there was a request from one of our friends, listeners,
Okay.
to add in shipping.
To add shipping.
Add in shipping. What do you think about that? Do you want to add in shipping, or you want to just keep it to the standard?
Is it listed, or are we just making that up?
Sometimes they have free shipping. Sometimes they don't. It's up to you guys.
I prefer just what's the asking price.
No shipping.
No shipping.
Okay.
I don't know. That's because I
The
don't know
point-
shipping prices.
The
at
point
all.
was well made because sometimes dickheads on eBay will be like, "This thing is $40.
Yeah.
The shipping's $75."
Oh,
like
Jesus.
they try to screw you on the shipping. So, oh boy.
Do we?
That
Does it
is
say
an
what the shipping here
incomplete
is?
It does. It does say that the shipping. Now,
Is it one of those things where the shipping's crazy?
It's not actually crazy. It's very respectable.
Okay, so we'll if
We can discuss it after.
Yeah.
We'll go with no shipping this time. This is one that has bids on it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
10 bids.
10 bids.
10
So are we
bids
going with
already.
the highest bid, or are we going with
No,
the
we're going.
asking price?
If normally I would go for the highest bid, or what's on there, but there is an asking price listed as well
Okay,
that we
So-
had that has not been hit.
that has not been hit.
Okay.
has not been hit. Okay,
I am going to go with the asking price of this item. So Wally, you have the advantage still.
no, I have
Bill-
the disadvantage.
You are right. Sorry, you have the disadvantage. So you have to go first. So Bill can make a.
Safety. Oh.
I think he caught.
He
that.
didn't catch that.
He has it in his hands.
Oh wow, I would have said he was out of bounds.
He was definitely out of bounds.
I'm gonna say
Okay, go ahead. Opening bid.
the asking price for this Jeff Jarrett shirt,
Opening bid for the asking price.
$65.
65 for Wally. Okay, 65.
Now you got to figure a
60.
brand new shirt is what, $30, $35 from
I like this.
from WWE.
Scientific
Okay.
research here.
Okay,
Okay.
65 is not a bad offer.
Okay.
I think it might be a little high, but then it's an asking price, and no one has hit it.
yes.
That's the key.
Mm.
So the right answer might be $1, but since we're talking about an asking price that hasn't been hit,
Oh,
I'm going to say $74.
okay, you're a very kind player. You don't go for the dollar over. I appreciate that. You
That
give
has
me
haunted him throughout this
yes,
process.
you
though.
give me a little bit
He
of a
has
breather.
been haunted by this.
Am I again?
$74 is the bid for Bill, and you win, Bill.
Oh, okay.
By
The actual price that this guy is looking for is $120 for this shirt.
For a T-shirt.
$120.
vintage T-shirt.
So that means we're at 8, 6, and 1. Well, Bill, you are crawling back.
Should be 8 and 7.
2 weeks in a row. We are bid up to $53. It's gone up $2 since we started. $53.
I mean, I wouldn't pay anything for it, but I think more than 50, you're making a mistake.
Yeah.
$53.
Well, you said you would wear this. How much would you pay for this?
Ooh. How much would I pay? Definitely not 50. First of all, it's a few XLs off. So, no. Would not buy this. But second of all, it would be a very nice tight undershirt at this size. But
Well, so let's say it's
if it's triple,
your size. What would you pay for this?
45, maybe?
But not 50. That's where the line is.
I can't do 50 because then when someone says cool shirt, and I'd be like, how much you pay for that? And they're like,
Is it
over 50.
Is it $45 before shipping? Is that
Shipping is $7.
Okay, so
so
that's not
Okay,
terrible
so
for
you'd
us.
still be $52 then.
yeah, but I wouldn't tell people that. $40 maybe? Maybe I'd drop it. $40. I don't know. It is a vintage shirt, and it's pretty fun. If it was like La Parka, I don't like Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
I mean, he's okay, but he's not my guy.
Little
He's a
racist.
terrible human.
Little racist.
He's not a great guy. He's not the best, not the most fun.
He drew so many dimes, though.
He smashed a million guitars, never drew a dime.
Not one?
not one, apparently. If it was La Parka, maybe?
Oh, yeah. If there's a nice La Parka shirt
If it
from
was
back in the
like,
day.
I'm trying to think, Mr. Perfect? Yeah? Maybe I'd go over 50 if I have that kind of abilities. But anyway, Jeff Jarrett shirt. Bill, you're back. Closing the gap now.
Of course I am.
Down by 2. All right, Bill. You made us watch for this week's review.
Boo.
Yeah.
One of the worst things we've ever seen.
Yeah. It is.
My Breakfast with Blassie, which is who and what now?
Andy Kaufman's riff on My Dinner with Andre, an artsy movie, which I do think that, having not seen it myself, and you guys have not seen My Dinner with Andre either, I think there are probably some elements that are like directly related to that movie. Like, you
Yeah,
get the feeling
probably.
like
There's got to be a couple.
like some of the conversations are supposed to be like they talk about like all this highfalutin stuff, so they're going to talk about boogers and puking.
Yeah.
But still
My
very
Dinner with
bad.
Andre is on HBO Max, so could go home and watch it, see if there.
I did
was
think
anything
I
missed.
should. It would probably be helpful, but then I watched this and I
And you're
thought,
like,
nope,
no.
I'm done.
Yeah. Well, Andy Kaufman is not a good person. He's just not a good person.
Well, now that's
No,
true.
I don't
but
care. He's not a good
that's
person.
one of the questions I wanted to ask you guys about this. Is this just a couple of heels being a couple of heels? They're both supposed to be bad guys. You got to remember.
No, I think he's just a dick.
Yes.
There's a difference between playing a heel and just being a dick, and he's just a dick.
I think he's both.
I don't think so.
When he was standing up in the restaurant going like, I'm on TV once a week. Like, that's a heel thing. That's what heels do.
Yeah, but I think he's just a dick.
My main issue with him is he's just not very funny.
Yeah.
But so his breakfast is with Classy, Freddie Blassie, who the majority of his career was also a heel, was he not, Ryan?
Heel manager. And he was a wrestler, apparently, as well.
Yeah, of course he was.
Big in Japan, according to him.
A couple of things I learned on this. Lynn Margulies, who later would be like his girlfriend, I think, like till the end.
Oh yeah.
He met. She was in this. She was one of the women. So I'm thinking it's the one he was hitting on. But
Yeah.
apparently he actually met her like on camera for this.
Wow.
Because this was shot in 1 4.5 hour like day.
You can tell.
Yeah, you certainly can. It says that a lot of it is like they did it on the spot, but very clearly it was a lot of it was like scripted, or at least loosely scripted out.
Oh,
Even
these
so-
are all plants.
Even so.
Oh yeah, no, they're
like-
definitely all plants. Because then the fan at the end is Bob Zamuda or whatever his like business partner is.
Oh, okay.
That is like his like friend. That does it.
The women though, they were very good actors because I believed that they were just random people who were
One
who
of
were
them
there.
that did it is also one of the people that like created the movie, and that she
Yeah.
was. I think she was the main woman that was arguing with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we can do this pretty quick because I don't have a ton of notes because not that much to take notes on.
How
Thank God.
I watched it on Friday and I just said like, buckle up because it's real bad.
It
It's
took-
rough.
It took me like
Yep.
2.5 hours to finish this movie because I had to keep stopping. I was like, "This is just so
I
bad.
put it
I can't keep watching
Yesterday
it."
on Sunday
So awkward,
at like
too.
11:50, so I was like, all right, I got to get it over with so I can just put football on and like go to sleep.
Yeah.
All right, so we start with, and there's not a lot of people in this, but it's Andy Kaufman dubbing over him standing on the corner waiting for a bus, wearing his neck brace. So this is in continuity of his fight with Jerry Lawler, where he got his neck broken.
Jerry Lawler
Which-
seems like he has just pile driven him.
Yeah.
Like it just happened. Because he's looking for advice from classy Freddie Blassie.
So Jerry Lawler was the face in this, right? He was the face between the
Yes,
two. Okay,
he was,
thank
because-
fucking God, because Andy Kaufman.
Andy was beating up women.
Yeah, and that's why he says over and over, I've beaten 400 women.
That was the gimmick. He would beat women like 2 or 3
And he
at a
would
time.
call himself the intergender champion
and
or
then
something.
Jerry was like, "You can't do that. That's not okay. You should challenge a real man." And that's when that all started.
And then he
Yeah.
slapped him and all that, yeah.
Which, according to Jerry, they were both in on
Yeah.
the whole time and like got along fine. Like it was all a setup. But the Jim Carrey movie that we watched a while back, right,
Man on the Moon.
Man on the Moon.
Man of the Moon. Man
was like
Good REM song.
him being a Jim Carrey in character being a dickhead to Jerry Lawler, who's
Yeah.
in the movie, and Jerry Lawler literally yelling back at him like, "We were friends. This is not how it was. Like, we were in cahoots. It's pro wrestling. Like we got
Yeah.
along. What the fuck are you doing? Stop fucking with me."
The other question I had besides, like, are they just, when they're both being, like, old jerk men, like, clearly part of that is because they're just old, gross men.
Yeah.
But also, how much of that is because they're both heel characters being heels, like, not wanting to talk to fans and stuff? The other question I have is
Right.
how much, obviously, it's scripted, but I feel like there's parts of this that Freddie Blassie has no idea what's going on.
There's
Yeah.
a lot that he has
Like, I
no
think
idea.
he's in on it,
He's just like talking.
but I think
it's just
yeah.
yeah.
Like,
There's
especially at the end, I think he had no clue what to make
No,
of it.
Yeah.
I think that was all.
So basically, he's getting on a bus and he says, like, no respect. You know, you get hurt and people don't care. Blah 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 blah.
You're right. I do not care that you got hurt.
Yeah.
If you got hurt.
And he says, like, I'm gonna go meet an old friend. He's a wrestler too. He's a manager now, Freddie Blassie. We're gonna have breakfast together. So we see them walking into the restaurant, and Andy Kaufman's standing around waiting for him to arrive. And then he shows up, and it says, like, words on the screen pop up to say, like, this is all shot, and the interactions are real customers or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Not true.
They sit down, and they start talking about what they're going to eat for breakfast.
For a long fucking time.
So,
So
eggs, maybe.
long.
Freddie doesn't eat sausage that often, but sometimes he likes sausage. Don't eat any kind of bread ever.
No, you pancakes, they're bad for you.
French
French
toast.
toast, that's bad for you. How about waffles are bad for you.
Now, mind you, he orders toasts,
Yeah.
just actual bread with his meal. But
Yeah.
don't eat any
Don't
bread.
eat bread, but I eat
And then
bread.
Andy Kaufman's like, but if I want one, he's like, get whatever you want then.
He asked him if he could take his jacket off.
Yeah, he did.
Can I take my jacket off? The fuck? Who cares if you take your jacket off?
Yeah.
Like, is
Classy Freddie Blassie. You gotta show him respect.
He's classy, yeah. And then they go to sit down, and Andy Kaufman just says, like, okay, thanks. And Freddie Blassie immediately is like, what are you thanking him for? He didn't do anything.
That's a real grandpa move right
Yeah.
there.
yeah,
Go after the waiter.
not even the waiter, the busboy.
Yeah. Go after the busboy. Guy who's the
He didn't do
shittiest
anything
job
for you.
in there.
Don't eat bread. Then the waitress comes over, and right away, Freddie's
Racist.
touching her stomach.
Yep.
Talking about how she's preggers.
Yep.
And
Where are you from? Oh, I was in Thailand. I was in Bangkok. Yep.
He married
Never
a
saw a pregnant one though. Wow.
he's never seen a pregnant Thai woman, and he's
Right.
never seen a pregnant waitress.
No, yeah.
How do either one of those things exist?
I don't know, but he's married, isn't he? Doesn't he
He
say
said he's married to a Japanese woman.
married to a Japanese woman?
Because then that's like the next round of conversation after they decide on breakfast is, oh, yeah, I've been to Japan. Went over there a bunch of times. My wife is Japanese. She's my translator. I don't speak Japanese. But then he told some, and this is where, like, every time he started to tell a story, I thought, like, if this is a real story, this could be interesting. But before it got interesting, Andy Kaufman would cut him off with some other nonsense.
Yeah, because he was like, oh, he's getting away.
He, like,
Anytime Freddie Blassie gets into something, it's like, oh, I want to hear about this. Nope, we got to have boogers.
I filed my teeth down and started biting guys. And
Yeah.
people didn't know what to make of it. I don't know if that's true, but
And
it
then
is.
he said, going back to the waitress, after she left, he goes, well, now we don't have to tip her as much because we touched her belly and
Because
we.
he was nice to her and he called her Buddha.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, no, you have to tip her more for that, you asshole.
Wow,
Yep.
what a time.
But that's what I mean. And I don't know the answer.
No.
Is that just him being a gross old man?
Yes.
Or is that him being a bad guy?
No, that's him being a gross old man. Yes.
So you're not a Freddie Blassie fan?
No. I don't like either of these people.
It's hard when you have to sit with them for 57 minutes eating food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not fun.
Then, he gets into a somewhat interesting story about Japan.
Yes,
And Andy
I was
Kaufman
excited
goes,
about that.
I need to wash my hands. I'll be right back. And he goes, no, don't go anywhere. No, I have to go wash my hands. And just gets up and leaves. So then Freddie Blassie has a conversation with
himself.
Nobody?
Which
Yes.
that I think was again just him like
No, that
because
was for the movie.
I don't know because I talk to myself after people leave sometimes.
Allowed?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you do also go and sit in a diner by yourself with some
Yeah,
regularity.
that's
so.
true.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been there in a while, but yes, I do. I do.
He's like, I would have just given him one of these paper towels I got from Japan. I wash my hands religiously too. And then he comes back and they talk a lot about
pooping, and
washing
then-
hands.
Couple of germaphobes here.
As soon as Andy comes back, though, a woman at the next table wants his autograph. And he's like, I don't know. And right away, Freddie Blassie's like, no. Nope,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
Can't you see we're eating?
And then so Andy's
This
like, all right,
terrible
fine.
food? We're not
I'll
gonna
sign
tip
an
anyone?"
autograph for you. And he does. And then Freddie Blassie again waves her off. And then she goes and sits back down. And at this point is leaving them alone.
Yeah.
And then Andy Kaufman starts leaning over and be like, yeah, it's real rude of you to ask for an autograph. She's like,
Yeah.
but then we go back towards wrestling away from them for a little while. and they talk about like he asks advice about his hurt neck, and Blassie's like, "Yeah, you don't fight dudes that are good at wrestling." And he's like, "Yeah, and he's,
Don't fight Jerry Lawler.
yeah,
You have
he's
no
like
experience.
twice as big as me." He's like, "Yeah, and he's a good wrestler."
But I beat women who are bigger than him. So
Women
I
aren't strong.
Yeah,
I think
he's
that's
like,
what
well,
he
women
said.
are weaker, so stick to fighting women. And then he goes like, "Well, what if I
Jesus.
find a guy who's my size?" And he's like, "I guess if he has no experience." But they're keeping up full kayfabe at this point.
Always.
Always kayfabe. And then for the first time that I noticed, anyways, when Freddie's talking about like why he shouldn't have fought him, he's like, "Yeah, well, he's the Southeastern champion, and you don't want to fight him." I've been champion 5 times. What?
Champion.
Why is this how you say champion?
Champion.
The pregnant waitress comes back to drop their food off, so they go to start eating, and then as she walks away, Freddie Blassie goes, "Oh, there's another one on welfare."
Yeah, there's gonna be That we're
Jesus.
talking about her unborn kid. We're gonna have to pay for him.
Jesus Christ.
Then so they're like half complaining about like when people bother them for autographs and it's so annoying. We're so famous and people won't leave us alone. And then they try to shake your hand. So they're talking about like you always have to keep a fork in one hand and a knife in the other, so you have no hands to shake.
Yeah.
And
Which I'm okay with that.
then we
Like,
take-
I don't want to shake random people's hands. That's weird.
but then we take a hard turn into. So you know he's a great guy. Is the Shah of Iran and his friends.
Oh.
I've been to
my
Iran,
God.
and I was hanging out with Jeffrey. Now, Jeffrey used to be an amateur wrestling champion.
Champion.
Did you know he killed 400 people?
Oh yes.
Yikes.
This, I feel like, is old man crazy talking. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
But he's a great guy. I said, I got a 7-week vacation. I'll give you 2.
Wow.
Yep.
I want
And
to
then-
be old enough and whatever enough to be like 7-week vacation. I'm going to give you 2. I want to be on that level.
Yeah.
The classy Freddie Blassie vacation.
And then again, as he starts getting into the story about going to Iran, Andy like
Cuts him
watches
off.
a girl walk by and he's like,
Oh.
"Oh, she's hot. I want to talk to
my
her."
God.
And then he starts like leaning over and harassing her friends, like, "Hey, what's her story?"
Who they were just arguing with.
Yeah.
Because
There's maybe like 4 minutes in between them arguing with these women and then asking how to hit on.
Hey, what's
the
her
one.
deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
they get his autograph and then they're mad at him later,
Because then he gives them their autograph, then yells at them.
and then they give
Yeah,
it
yell back
So
and
they're like,
forth.
"Oh, you guys are fucking dicks. Here's
They-
your autograph.
they
You're
try to
supposed to
give
be
it
famous. All right, whatever."
back to him, and then he starts yelling about how he's on Taxi.
Yeah. And then girl
It's just-
walks by and he's like, "Oh, like what's her
Legs.
deal?
Look at her
Like, Yeah,
legs.
look at her leg." And that's Freddie Blassie. Like, she's got nice gams.
Yeah.
And he just like keeps harassing these women, and they're like, she's married, he's in jail,
Yes.
her husband's in jail. He murdered someone for hitting on his wife in a diner or something like. So then she comes back and he starts hitting on her, Andy Kaufman,
Yep.
and like pulls her over and is like, "Sit down and talk to me." And like she won't give him his number. She's like, "All right, before you leave, come talk to me and we'll exchange numbers." And like just like awkwardly hits on her, but she doesn't. I don't
It's
know.
not even hitting. It's just like
Badgering.
yeah, almost abuse.
And then we get more of him going like, "I'm on TV once a week. I'm on Taxi.
Yeah.
I'm on Taxi every week. I'm on TV."
I'm famous. How do you know?
Don't they have a conversation about how, like, well, women, these days, they just don't respect the man or something? There's some, like, weird conversation about, like, these women are too uppity.
Yeah, because then he actually says,
Jesus.
Andy Kaufman, again, I think in this case being a heel, says like, "Go back in the kitchen where you belong" or something.
Yeah.
And then Freddie Blassie's eating it up though.
He liked it.
Yeah.
He starts clapping, and then like a minute later, the women start clapping while Andy's trying to talk. They're like, "Oh yeah, you're real," like
Yeah.
giving it back to him.
None of this is funny, though.
No,
No,
there's
it's fun.
not
Right?
one thing that has been
Not
funny
a
yet.
single thing in here is funny.
No.
It's just weird.
And then he like starts yelling at them, and he gets up and he's like, "I'm the Intergeneral Wrestling Champion. I'll beat any of you up." And one of the women gets up and like in his face and like, "No, leave me alone."
Yeah.
Like backs away. And at this point, Freddie Blassie looks actually uncomfortable. He just keeps going like, "No, no." The women then eventually leave, And the one woman is not interested at all, but he gives her his number. He's like, give me a call. And she like takes it, but doesn't appear to be interested. And her friends are like, gross.
So on the IMDb page for this, it says the woman's character name is Legs,
Yep.
played by Lynn Margulies.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that becomes his actual real life girlfriend for, I think, like till the end.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yikes. Let's hope it was a nicer
Let's hope they actually met before this.
Yeah, it wasn't this.
They met during this, according to the thing I read.
During this taping.
Yes.
Boy.
So now we can go back to being old men now. All right. So what do you want to get for dessert?
Breakfast dessert.
Breakfast
Do you guys
dessert.
get breakfast dessert? I don't do that.
I think I'm missing out right now.
Maybe we need to be doing this.
Maybe an extra side of bacon?
Right.
But
I'm always more of an like I'll get hash browns instead of dessert.
Oh, I've had a great omelet. Now let me have my key lime pie.
Actually, that sounds delightful to me, though. Maybe I ought to do that.
Maybe we messed this up. Maybe we've
I
screwed
mean,
this
I've
up.
done the like waffles with strawberries and cream on it. Oh, did you not see that until now?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
66
any
yarder.
highlights. Yeah. 68 yards?
Oh, but it doesn't go in.
Oh, okay.
This was an attempt.
Why would you
but
attempt 68 yards?
I don't know, because watch what happens
It
here.
doesn't go well. And Gus Johnson called this, which was amazing. Gus Johnson's doing the NFL again for some reason.
Oopsie. But yeah, 109 yard return on the 68 attempt. 66 he hit for the game winner.
Anyway,
Anyway.
bad movie.
Yeah. Well, we get dessert time.
All right,
And-
breakfast dessert.
So Freddie is going to get ice cream. I don't usually eat ice cream, but sometimes I eat ice cream. So today I'll have ice cream. And Andy Kaufman just keeps saying, like, I want the chocolate layer cake.
Yep.
Chocolate layer cake. So they're eating that. Again, the waitress brings him their cake, and he touches her belly again. And it's like, oh, he's kicking now.
Oh my
Very
god.
uncomfortable. And then he gets back into wrestling. He's like, yeah, I'm always hurt. I've had 6 knee surgeries, broken nose, broken skull, blah, blah. And he's talking about how, like, he can't use his arms correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And all the old man wrestling talk.
Again, another thing that could have been expanded upon that I would have enjoyed.
Yep.
But no.
And then he talks about how a fan shot at him once, and he found a bullet hole in his car after trying
That
to
was
get
cool.
out.
The KKK.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
interesting.
Because he was talking about how he was talking about white trash fans, which I'm sure in that case he was right.
Yeah.
And then he takes a hard left on his own and says, like, yeah, I met Elvis. He's a great guy. Definitely never did drugs.
No. He admitted that he did the drugs.
He didn't die
but
from
it wasn't.
drugs.
Yeah, it wasn't the drugs that killed him. It was his.
The issue
his
was he was not a
diet.
good eater.
Yes,
He
his-
ate very unhealthily.
Second A. Like
Yes, he
what a
very-
take! What a
Hot take.
that's a hot take.
And then we get a fan, this time a man, approaching. And he says, hey, I'm a big fan. I know it takes time to do autographs. I saw you doing that already. I don't want to do that. So I want to give you something. Can I give you something? And Freddie Blassie is like, why don't you tell us what you're doing first? And then proceeds to pull something out of his nose.
It's hard to see.
A
Yeah.
paper.
Yeah, it looked like the paper straw, like the
Yeah,
straw from
straw wrapper or something?
Yeah, straw wrapper.
Pulls it out of his nose and gives it to Andy Kaufman, and it's disgusting.
So gross. But then Andy Kaufman also has
Yeah, but then he's like, check this out. Look
His
what I
own,
picked up in
like,
Chinatown.
booger nose things.
And pulls out fake boogers, which we see in Man on the Moon. He like
Yeah.
utilize these. And he's like,
Yep.
yeah, these like you put them on your face, then people are weirded out and they don't talk to you. And he actually sells one to Freddie Blassie for $1,
yeah.
and he's like, it's used by the way,
Yeah.
genuine. I've used that.
Because you go to the magic store, but then if you want to buy it from me, it was used by me. It was used by a TV star.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Oh
Jesus.
And then the dude comes back over and starts pulling more stuff out of his nose. You get old man Blassie going like, oh god, that one's bloody. And then Bob Zmuda just straight up throws up on the table. And walks away.
And you notice Andy Kaufman is laughing his fucking dick off
Yeah.
in the corner. Like
Well-
the bottom corner. He's completely broken character, just thinks this is the funniest
Because
thing
he
ever.
goes into it because Blassie's grossed out,
Yes.
obviously.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, this is disgusting. I was like, but see, I find this stuff funny. And he's like, I don't. And he's like,
I
well, do
find-
you find it?
I find it humorous. You being disgusted is humorous to me. I'm like, oh, I
Yeah.
want to
So
punch
this
him
is
so bad.
Actual Andy Kaufman humor is throwing up on a table.
Yes.
I'll be honest. Like when they were arguing with the women, I skipped forward. When this guy came up, I skipped forward.
You didn't miss much.
Yeah.
No, so they argue about whether it's funny or not, and it's gross.
It's not.
And then they're talking literally about how bad it smells because there's vomit on the table.
Was it legitimate vomit?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Who knows?
But then they go to get up and leave, and the conversation's like, "Well, hey, this is real nice. We should do this again sometime."
No. You should never do it.
And then they get back on and then it's more just weird. Andy Kaufman was like, "That afternoon I took the bus ride home, and it brought up fond childhood memories about the fat boy who used to pick his boogers and eat it."
Oh my God.
And Lynn never called me, but somebody called me late that night, and I just talked about my breakfast with Blassie.
Which that I imagine is something to do with My Dinner with Andre.
Yeah.
That seems to be taken right from My Dinner with Andre.
Probably. I'm sure there's more than just that. But
So should I keep looking for more Andy Kaufman stuff? Because he's
Dear
a wrestler.
God, no, I hate
He's
him.
a wrestler.
No.
How many episodes of Taxi would you like to watch?
I feel like
Actually, I
Taxi
wouldn't
would
mind
watch.
watching Taxi.
I would watch
Of course
Taxi.
you guys wouldn't. Me,
'Cause-
TV, and Frasier over
Yeah. I love Frasier. Stop. Don't make
and
fun of
Wings.
Me
Wings, Frasier, American Gladiators.
Oh, I did love Me TV when I had it.
You know how long American Gladiators went for? The original run?
6 seasons.
89 to 96.
7 seasons. Okay.
Wow, okay.
So, close.
Gemini was my favorite.
Long
back in the
time.
day.
I don't think I ever really watched much Taxi.
I've never watched
No,
Taxi.
Yeah.
me neither.
I watched Cheers.
I know that it had,
I watched a good
DeVito.
bit of
Cheers
Cheers.
is fantastic.
I watched until Woody Harrelson was on. I watched like a season of him, but I never finished it. So
I've only seen random episodes of Cheers. I've never seen Taxi. Frasier, meh.
never
Wings
seen
sucks.
full.
What
I've
sucks?
never seen
Wings.
Wings.
Wings does not suck.
I honestly don't remember. I remember not enjoying it, but I don't remember really
So.
at all.
It's fine.
I've seen an episode or two of Frasier, but I've never seen Wings
Holy
at all.
shit, there's some funny Frasier out there. And the fun thing about Frasier is it's kind of like in this weird bubble of like there are computers and cell phones, so
Oh, okay.
it's not really that far out there of like technology wise. Plus he has the radio show, so I like the radio station stuff. Yeah, that's fun. But there's a funny episode where they go to, I don't know why I'm taking this tangent, but they go to the opera, and there's this woman that Frasier's dad, she wants a piece of Frasier's dad. And
Like a piece as in fight him, or
no,
a
like
piece?
a
Like
piece.
I want.
She wants some Frasier's dad ass.
Okay.
And so he says, "Oh, well, you know, you are a really nice lady." He was like, doesn't want to hurt her feelings, so he pretends to be gay. And he's just like, yeah, sorry, I'm gay, so it's not gonna work out. And she's like, "Oh, well, that's great because my other son, who wasn't in the screen, is gay." And he comes in, and then he has to like play it off the rest of the opera. It's very funny. It's very, very funny.
That's good.
He said, pretend to be gay to get away from her, but then this other guy's there, and he's like, "I'm not really gay." Very funny. All right.
Oh, I just saw in My Dinner with Andre,
Yes.
the person is Andre Gregory, who's like an actual actor or writer, or I don't know, a famous person, I guess. You know who the other person, the Andy Kaufman, was?
Yeah.
Wallace Shawn.
Yep.
The dude from
Inconceivable.
Princess Bride. That guy.
Oh,
He's Andy Kaufman in the actual movie.
really?
Yeah. His name's Wally something in the movie.
He's in Star Trek.
He's Wallace Shawn in the movie.
No, his character name is Wally something.
Yeah, his name and his character name
He's-
he plays himself.
Plays
Oh,
himself.
okay. All right.
He's in. I'm pretty sure he's in Star Trek. Top 5, Wally. What you got?
I got, since I just finished rewatching it, I'm going to do the top 5 West Wing characters.
Oh, you completed
seen
this
it.
project, right?
I did.
I'm still haven't completed season 4 of The Shield.
You're a slow mover.
1 to 2 a week generally.
At number 5 is the press secretary C.J. Craig, played by Allison Janney.
Oh, I like her.
I've heard of her.
Yeah.
She's in a million things.
There was there was one big thing other than the
Oh
West Wing.
yeah, she's in. I think she has a movie with.
She's
Or
in
show.
Juno, right? Is that her?
She might be.
Oh,
Drew.
yes, she's on
TV with
Mom.
Mom, yeah.
Yeah, she was.
With the house bunny.
She wasn't
Yeah.
the Sons of Anarchy. She wasn't in Sons of Anarchy.
No, that
No.
was Peg Bundy. I
No,
think you're
yeah, that's
thinking
Peg
of.
Bundy.
Who I don't know what her actual name is.
Number 4 is the personal aide to the president, Charlie Young, played by Dule Hill. He's from Psych. He's the black guy in Psych. He's got something else new coming out too.
Yeah,
he
he's
looks
done-
familiar.
He's done
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff.
Number 3 is the senior assistant to the deputy chief of staff, Donna Moss, played by Janelle Maloney.
Okay.
I don't think she's been in anything else. Not that I recognize her from.
I don't know.
And number 2 is the deputy chief of staff, Josh Lyman, played by Bradley Whitford.
Okay.
He's been in stuff, but he aged so quickly after the show ended.
Really?
Like his hair's full
Oh,
white
yeah.
right now.
I have seen him though. He's in something.
And number 1 is President of the United States, Josiah Jed Bartlett, played by Martin Sheen.
Well, of course.
Of course.
Martin.
He's the best fake president. Even better than Independence Day.
Ooh.
Oh!
Yep.
Better than when doesn't Morgan Freeman be president in a movie or 4?
Oh, he in one of those like Olympus
He's-
Has Fallen.
He's
or,
not president in that.
He's-
but the other one.
he's
the
in-
guy who steps into it or
I
whatever.
think he's president in something. Best movie.
Do you know who was president for?
Bill Paxton is definitely though
No.
from Independence Day.
Bill
No.
Pullman?
That's what I said.
I think it is Bill Pullman.
He gives that speech, man,
He flies a
and then he
fucking jet.
becomes a fighter pilot.
Yeah, he flies a fucking jet, Wally. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Trying to think of other presidents that were great. The Veep lady,
Oh, I haven't watched that.
she becomes
So
president, right?
I think I've heard very good things about
You
her.
should watch
so
Veep.
yes.
They just picked pick 6th. Jalen Hurts, pick 6.
Okay, but that means I'm definitely not coming back with Dak.
Well, I know while you always were a fan of Francis Underwood.
What
about,
I did. I
You
like. I
love
watched.
Kevin Spacey.
I watched about 2 seasons of that of House of Cards.
I've watched, I think, one season of
But it was like a grind.
What about
It
the
was- it
president
really
in
was.
24? Wasn't that the dude from Major League?
That I never watched 24 either.
Me either.
But it doesn't matter. Jed
Dennis-
Bartlett, smartest
Dennis
person. Smartest one.
Haysbert from Major League.
Who is he? Wait.
Dennis Haysbert, who is
Is he the coach?
no, he's in the Allstate commercials.
Oh, yeah. Pedro Serrano.
Pedro Serrano. Dennis Haysbert.
I assume
is
he's
the,
a good president.
is the president in most of 24.
Who was Air Force One? Was that Harrison Ford?
Yeah, that's good.
He's probably good. I don't remember.
That's a good
But-
one.
Independence Day is the correct answer.
Nope.
Okay. Quick hitters before we get out of here and tell you what our next review is. First up, Ember Moon was moved to 205 Live.
I assume she weighs less than 205 pounds.
I agree,
Why
but
not?
since when does she's not usable anywhere else?
She's NXT. Gotta get rid of her.
This is going to become a bigger thing. This is a quick hitter right now, but this is going to become a bigger story as we go. Fox is not happy with WWE.
Now, I said that last week, and you was like, "No, SmackDown gets good ratings."
Well, you're on the right track. Fox is not happy with WWE. They're not getting along for a variety of reasons.
Like
I can
what?
understand that.
They are very heavily involved in trying to help make SmackDown more of a success.
Okay, so they're just not happy because it's a terrible product.
Terrible product. They're not listening to their ideas, like signing CM Punk, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not running the right arenas, apparently. They had to switch something to the Staples Center. Fox wanted something at the Staples Center or something. So there's a lot more there. I think this is going to come... This is going to bloom. This flower will bloom
I feel like
soon.
that's what you get for signing the contract, Fox.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Right. They're dumb enough to sign it. But WWE, speaking of American Gladiators, WWE and American Gladiators are going to partner up, which seems just to make too much sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
They're gonna screw it up. They'll screw it up somehow.
maybe.
Yep.
American Gladiators is coming back. They're going to use WWE superstars as the Gladiators. I assume this means the
This honestly
C
could be the best
minus.
thing they ever do with Tamina.
C- players are going to come in here.
Yeah.
But, like, to me, it could become a star.
She could be
Gladiator.
a top gladiator.
Yeah.
You have any other gladiators you think?
Boogs.
I like that.
Rick Boogs.
I like that one. Buggs.
Yeah.
Who else did we say?
Who are the football players?
What's Riddick Moss doing these days? I feel like he would be good.
He's the guy.
He could be good.
Do they still have Titus O'Neil?
Yes, of course. Titus would be great.
He could, but I feel like he would.
Baron Corbin was a former football player.
I can see Corbin. I feel like at this point, Titus O'Neil will be like a host more than a. But he could do it.
I could see a host at gig for
Still
Titus.
jacked.
Yeah, he is. He could do it. I think you're right on Baron.
Yeah, Baron's probably in it.
I don't think you should use her for this, but I think Bianca Belair could just destroy whoever.
Oh my god,
she would be the best gladiator.
She should be. Oh
my god,
she should leave WWE just to be an American gladiator. It'd be better for her.
She's basically an Olympic athlete.
Yeah,
almost. So I look forward to seeing what that means. It'll not be top guys. I don't assume.
No,
I don't.
Absolutely
not. They'll have a top guy as a guest host. Like a different one each week. I would bet that.
Even MJF's parents hate him. They were seen with a sign that said,
"That was excellent.
We are MJF's parents, and even we think he sucks."
Yep.
And he responded on Twitter, "Fuck you, Mom," which I thought was incredible. An incredible interaction between them. Bill, you'll be happy to know Gran Metalik still exists, and he wants his release from WWE.
Listen, I discovered him in the CWC in the Cruiserweight Classic. He was my favorite wrestler in it, and then he did a couple good things, and then I don't know, 205 Live happened, and I don't know what happened to him.
He disappeared.
But he is excellent wherever he shows up, even if it's just back to Mexico. Good for him.
That would be good. Max Caster was suspended for making an insensitive rap on AEW Dark about a variety of things that he probably should not have said. But he's back now, and he's been doing a gimmick where he comes out and reads, which as soon as this happened, I thought, this is what you need to do. He needs to come out and read a pre-approved rap by Tony Khan, which sucks. And then his tag team partner's like, what the hell? That sucks. And that is exactly what they did. And now, I don't know if this is off the air or this is going to show up somewhere, but Tony Khan came out. Max was doing his rap battle, and Tony Khan came out to challenge him to a rap battle and then brought out a rapper. Like, I can't actually rap, so this guy's going to do it for me. So an actual rapper came out, and then I guess it was a pretty good, fun little segment.
Okay. Good. I don't care to see that, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Interesting that they seem
good world building, I guess.
They seem to do these things. We're like, oh, he shouldn't have made that terrible joke about Duke Lacrosse. That was awful. How can we turn this into something that will go into our advantage? Oh, well, we're going to do this.
As opposed to WWE just ignoring things and literally waiting for the news cycle to turn?
Burying him for 9 months or whatever. Mark Henry, already off the Rampage broadcast team, has not done a great job. He's gone, and he's been replaced with Ricky Starks, of all people, who is like an incredible talker, but also a wrestler.
So what's Mizark doing now?
I don't know.
They're going to pay him to sit in catering?
I guess he's going to be backstage producer or something. I don't know, but they've already ripped him off.
Is that a good move?
Probably. He kind of sucked and didn't really offer anything.
I was going to say.
It's the insufferable 4-man booth.
Oh, yeah. Then, don't replace him. That's
just leave it blank? Yeah. I don't know.
Get it down to 2.
Yeah. No offense to Mizark, but it doesn't seem like he'd be a great announcer.
He's great on, like, talk show, though.
Yeah. Let him tell his stories and stuff, but not talk through the match.
Yeah. Not the best there. This I found interesting. Seth Rollins was on Broken Skull Sessions with Stone Cold, and he actually did not talk well about the company for one time in his whole life. He said he was talking about he was asked about the 2019 Hell in a Cell DQ finish.
I don't remember
that. The Fiend versus Seth.
Yeah.
Seth hits him with the stupid big hammer, and a Hell in a Cell match ends with a DQ.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was talking about it, and I guess he had pitched all kinds of other things. We've heard this story a million times.
Yeah.
He's pitched all this other stuff, and da-da-da-da-da, and Vince won't have it. He won't have it. He won't have it. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. They go out and do this shit, and it was horrible. So
Yep.
fucking
But he
stupid.
didn't do it. Was his fault for not doing it better, probably.
So he said that he went to the back, and this is the first time he ever thought, I'm going to jump over that fucking table and strangle this old man. That's what he said.
Yeah.
I'm going to strangle him. And he's like, that didn't happen because TJ Wilson, who is, what was his name? The former Cesaro tag team partner guy who wore the headphones.
Wore the headphones.
It was his wrestling name. I forget his wrestling name now.
Wore headphones?
Yeah, they were a tag team in NXT. TJ Wilson and Cesaro. Natalia's husband. Anyway, he broke his neck. Samoa Joe broke his neck. He can't wrestle anymore.
Yeah,
He's a
what was his
producer.
name?
I can't remember his fucking
Tyson Kidd.
Tyson Kidd. That's it. Tyson Kidd.
I don't know. I forgot that he had a different name.
Yeah, Tyson Kidd stopped it all. Stopped Seth Rollins from like jumping over the fucking gorilla position to choke out Vince McMahon after this. And yeah, he was pissed apparently. Well, I don't know how you wouldn't be because it was a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
A fucking disaster. And they just basically did it again this past fucking night. But anyway, that's it. That's all the quick hitters of this week. The next review is my turn, and we're going to go for Heels, episode 3.
Okay.
Which is the one that CM Punk is in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
CM Punk is in episode 3. Mick Foley's in episode 6.
Okay.
So we're getting some wrestlers in the other episodes, so I'm interested to see how Punk does in this thing. And hopefully Mick Foley. I'm excited to see Mick Foley in this thing. Hopefully it gets better. Because the first 2 episodes are not so good.
Nope. But I do like the one woman wrestler that Wally hates. But
I liked her.
The one who dips?
I like her. The problem is that she did a Hurricane Rana in a real fight.
Yeah.
she won a fight.
She won a fight via Hurricane Rana, Wally. All right, that's it. The end of this one. We'll see you next week. Peace out.
See ya.